Okay, everybody, so welcome back. This is Ian from Mindful Marketplace and a tiny product lab. What you're looking at on the screen is sublime.app, and this is yet another really cool tool, a very unique and useful way of curating content that we're going to cover in this series on curating content for 2026. I'm recording this on the 3rd of December, 2025, and I'm just going to show you really quickly some of the cool things you can do with Sublime that are pretty unique, really innovative, beautiful, and a lot of fun. So most of the stuff that I actually have saved to Sublime is private, so you can see things that are, there's a lock on them and it says private if you scroll over them, because really I don't want these shared as part of the, kind of public Sublime user base. Not that they necessarily would be, but they're my own thoughts and my own collections that I kind of want to keep my own, right? So it's a really useful way of sort of organizing your digital life and your creative life. For me, in particular, someone who uses lots of different tools. I just did a video yesterday on Milanote and I use Notion, but Sublime is actually very, very cool. In ways that the others are not. So let me see if I can bring up some non private pages and we can see how this actually lands in my life. And I'm sorry for the slowness here. Most of my stuff is, in fact, private. Let's actually start here instead with the staff picks. All right, so this is you can see here, if you go to the Sublime logo on the Explore tab, this is stuff that the Sublime staff ostensibly is recommending to the rest of us. All right, you can see, like how many other folks have added it or, collected that item as well. And there are some really useful new features. Like, for an example, and some of these things you'll see me stumble or fumble a little bit with because I don't use them that much, so it's hard for me to necessarily immediately grok, no pun intended, what they're designed to do. Let's click on this here, and you can see it's an AI tab or navigation panel pops up that gives you different ways of interacting with the idea that's in front of you. So let's say I click on the gist. It's going to tell me essentially what the gist of this idea is. If I want to explain it to me in a very simplified way, the explain to me like on 5 tab would be the appropriate choice, etc. You can see. All right, let's look at the contrarian take. Right? So the contrarian take to this particular collectible item in Sublime is labels like artist and creator oversimplify, spectrum of practice, most real work, blah, 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 blah. You see, this is actually a very different it's a contrarian take on this idea, right? So essentially, it inspires or encourages you to interact with ideas in this very non-group thinky sort of way, which I really appreciate. Let's go to the homepage and let's look at something like this. All right, so this is an image that I saved from Twitter, from X, I believe, on DMT, the process of how DMT works in the brain, and what the implications are for those of us who are interested in psychedelics and meditation, and the consciousness writ large. Right. So let's click on this here, and the gist of the article or the gist of this tweet is it's a thread reporting new findings on how DMT may alter brain activity, suggesting that our sense of self could be a controlled hallucination, etc. Right? See more, and then there's additional. And these are all of it. Excuse me. These are all available to you instantaneously, much the way that cough just sort of appeared in my throat instantaneously. All right, so let's quickly look at a contrarian take, right? So even if DMT changes brain signals, it doesn't prove blah, 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 blah. Very different than the normal sort of interactivity we have with the, AI related tools in our lives, right? Let's go to collections again real quick, and I'll show you some of the different things that I do, right? So